All right, could you give me the link as well once you go live?
Oh, yes, yes. Oh, we are live right now,
All
and
right.
we got a very special guest, a FIFA streamer from the Far East, all the way in Singapore. And it's about midnight for him right now. Mr. Zerruten.
Hey, what's up? Thanks for
What's
having
up?
me on the podcast, man. Appreciate the invite. Like
Mm-hmm.
excited, looking forward to what we could discuss today.
Uh-huh. Yes, yes. So, first off, you wanted me to give you the link, right? Let me
Yeah.
let me do that right now. I know
All
we're
right, cool.
live, but I still want to give that to you. But also tell the viewers, where they can find you.
All right. You guys can find me on Twitch. I do stream on a daily basis right now, and so you can find me on Twitch. I do provide YouTube videos as well, mostly on a daily basis. So mostly all my socials are the same. It's just Zerruten.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys can find me on all social media handles. I'm usually quite active there. So but the best way to interact with me is probably doing the streams and probably Discord because I have a Discord group open as well, and you don't have to be a sub. It's open to anyone else. So
Mm-hmm.
that's where usually my viewers communicate with me and stuff through whatever, like when I go live or whatever. Any questions doesn't have to be regarding FIFA. It's mostly like anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And we'll drop the links to the description below. And Zrutin, I just shared a link with you for
Yeah,
our
I saw it, man.
YouTube. So okay, gotcha. So we got that all settled out. Now, how are you, man? I know you just came off streaming. How's everything right now?
I'm good, man. I'm good. It's been a long day, but I've been looking forward to the podcast. So
That's
yeah,
good.
man.
That's good.
I hope you're doing well as well. Hope
I
you're
am
well.
doing well. It's the morning for me, so we just got started. And lately, every once in a while when we have guests, we do start off the day with a podcast. So this is nothing new for me.
Yeah, that's nice, man.
Yeah, yeah. So, earlier before the call, or before we started going live, you were sharing how you got started with streaming. Why don't you share that again for the viewers of how you got started?
All right, so I kind of started streaming last year when COVID started, and a friend of mine kind of hit me, and because I do kind of spend a lot of time on FIFA, and I do watch a lot of streamers like the big streamers, your Castro, Run Full
Mm-hmm.
Market, your AI skills, all the stuff, people, and it's crazy, man. Like you see that they build such a community, and you don't do it overnight, but like to be fair, a lot of luck has to do with it, and a lot of effort has to be put into it as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, um, my friend struck me one day and like, since you like to watch this group of people, right? Why don't you try it yourself? And it first hit me like, nah, man, I'm kind of not into this. Like, sometimes I always doubt myself, so I never thought of it. But then he was like, dude, just try it, dude. There's no harm because you spend so much time on FIFA, right? So I did it, and at the start it was weird because I think everyone who starts this from fresh knows that you probably won't get anyone. Like even if one person comes in, he'll probably just leave after like a few seconds. So it's tough to get going. But I think I got pretty fortunate. Like there were a few of my viewers that now still watching. They're still watching me. They kind of came in and they made friends with me, and then they're kind of the ones that kind of push me through every day, even though like I don't even get like crazy views or like don't we not talk about double digits. Like when you reach that 10, you because you don't we don't really look at the numbers. We wanna see the chat moving for us that we are streaming. Like at least it doesn't matter that there's one, there's two, or how many number. As long as there's someone we interact with, it's kind of cool, man. Because it's like not really just us streaming while we play. It's like the interaction that actually makes the whole process like fun. You get to know new people from like all over the world, you know. So like people like me, like people usually come in and like, hey dude, where you from? And I'll be like, I'm from Singapore, and they'd be like, you speak English now? Yeah. So they kind of like it's kind of like a shocking question that, bro, you actually speak pretty good English. So are you sure that you're not English or something? I mean, I don't have that they have the American accent and the English accent, but it's just like because Singapore, like the main language is English, and we have
Mm.
our mother tongue and shit. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so mostly all of us speaks in English. So that's how I actually got to know like a lot of people from around the world, which is
Mm-hmm.
pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
But all right, let me share more about like maybe the culture here.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys probably won't like see a lot of like Singaporean streamers like in FIFA context. Like other games, there are probably a lot of people playing because FIFA's not really a huge community compared to like say League of Legends.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a pretty huge
Mm-hmm.
fan base. I mean like player base. So FIFA's a very small compared to those games. So you probably won't see a lot of like, let's put it, content creators from Singapore that actually does FIFA. There are a few, I know a few, but it's very rare because like for me at least, okay, this me speaking from my point of view. I don't speak for like other content creators out there, but I feel like the culture here doesn't the Singapore culture doesn't really cater to like streaming and shit. Like if you want to do it full time, because like I said, your viewership and everything else doesn't happen like just with a snap. It takes a lot of time and effort and stuff. So if you were in Singapore, if you don't like, education is super important. So everyone has to like, you have to like at least have a certain amount of education level to have a stable job. So let's say if you do not like, you don't focus on that, and it's very education like heavy focus in here in Singapore. Like your parents will always, yeah, like education is like top. So if you're gonna like, mom, I'm gonna go full time streaming, it's gonna like take the cane and no, hell no. So it's like it doesn't really cater to it, and then time zone plays another part as well. So like example, uh, Koballa is in like 9 a.m. right now. Right for me it's like 12 a.m. So it's like and FIFA gameplay releases for my time at least. FIFA gameplay drops at 1 a.m. at night.
Mm-hmm.
Just at 1 a.m.
Yeah.
at night. So
Yeah.
for me to actually drop content, I gotta wait. Like I want to produce content on the spot, I gotta wait for 1 a.m. to drop. And then let's say if I were to edit my YouTube video, I gotta edit overnight and then drop it because you want people to get the news as quick as possible, like
Mm-hmm.
your personal reviews and stuff. And then next day, let's say work or school in the morning straight away. And then if your work or school is morning, say 9 or 8 at most, till like the next day. I mean, at least for uni student now, like usually school is like, there's no way school ends at 4 or 3.
Mm-hmm.
If you end school at that timing, you probably gotta stay back and do like shit,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And yeah, like I do see one of my views in chat, 2 a.m. for November too much because winter. Winter they push back the timing by 1 hour
Mm-hmm.
and content drops. So content drop at 2 a.m. during November to March period. So I usually stay up to like 2 a.m.
Oh.
and then I go through the content of the stream and everything. It's really tiring, and sometimes it's not that I don't wanna like come on and stream. It's because like I said, the education here is very prioritized on this. Like I know people can say, oh, you can take a risk and go ahead and just full time um do content creation. Like it's not that I not for it, but it's just you can't throw all your fruits into one basket. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You still have
Yeah.
to have that baseline of having that education and then doing this at the same time. So this affected me because I'm new to this, and um I can't when I started streaming, right, I was still waiting for school to start, right? So I had that 3 months of summer. The last year was summer heat. I had that entire period to stream. So I did 2 streams a day, daily uploads and everything. But once school hit me, because uni is a different level for me at least as well. So it was kind of like a new experience for me. And then I didn't really have time, the mental energy of physical energy to actually stream every day. So I kind of got away, and then at the point of time, my community was kind of growing. It was going pretty well, and everyone was very encouraging. Like, "Hey, bro, when you gonna stream and everything?" But I told them like, sorry, man, I can't because I don't know how to do it. Like, I was pretty lost at that time. Like, I want to stream, but there's like this school which is very like I put it like a burden on
Mm-hmm.
my shoulders. So like I had to do with it, and then I kind of like disappear for like at least probably like the entire year until team of the season.
Mm.
So half the FIFA cycle I was like missing. I
Mm.
probably made like 1 or 2 streams every like 1 2 months or so. So yeah, so that's kind of like how the culture is here, or at least how I feel about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, you shared a lot right there. That was a lot. But yeah, I totally understand where you're coming from. Being able to prioritize the things you're doing in life and also doing content creating. And also talking about the journey of being a streamer. I've been in the same situation. You start off with no one there, zero followers, and then eventually it just starts growing and growing, and you get yourself a little community that you can interact with. And yeah, I mean, well, let me ask you this. I mean, how do you manage, you're in school, you're in a college, university right now? Is that
Yeah,
correct?
university.
How do you able to manage like your studies and doing streaming at the same time?
Well, I guess everything comes with a cost, right? So
Mm.
sleep's gonna take a toll, you know?
Mm.
Sleep's gonna take a very huge toll. And I mean, I think time management is gonna be very important.
Yeah.
And because I hope I don't repeat the same mistake as I did this FIFA for next
Mm-hmm.
FIFA. Because okay, initially I had the thought of I'm gonna stop FIFA for good because study's gonna get more challenging, so more
Mm-hmm.
time needs to be put into it. And then
Yeah.
I'm thinking that I'm gonna stop playing FIFA. I'm just gonna focus full fledged on my studies.
I
But
see.
I think my stream kind of the fact that there's always someone there that always say, "Hey bro, when you gonna stream? When's the next stream?" Or that kind of thing kind of like made me thought like I don't think I can put this like behind. Although it's just like 1 2, like I said, the numbers doesn't matter. Like so long as there's one person that is there to watch you, it's like you gotta give it back to that viewer who actually sits there and listen to you talk and interact with you.
Right.
So that's my thought process. So what I'm thinking is I probably gonna manage my time a lot better next FIFA, which is
Uh-huh.
probably in another month's time.
Yeah.
So um yeah, I'm probably gonna get less sleep and a lot of stuff. Like I'm really like totally prepared for that. But I really have to plan my time properly because
Yeah.
I was initially gonna start my entire journey on my account. Cause my account's an RTG, right? So I don't spend any FIFA points or anything. I start everything from scratch, and then I kind
Yeah.
of I kind of know some things, but the stream kind of tells me some things as well. So we kind of have this two-way conversation. So I was gonna put this journey on YouTube as well. So I had 6 months back I had this episode 1, and then I just disappeared after that. So what I upload for like 6 months. So I'm thinking um next FIFA is gonna be a constant upload. Probably not every day, but at least every week there's gonna be a constant update on the account, and at least people who wanna see how things go. Because I mean there's a lot of RTGs out there. And huge streamers are doing RTGs and everyone else, but everyone does it differently. So I'm gonna probably schedule my time properly to like put out my journey of FIFA 22 out there. Be it on stream, like live, or on YouTube where people can watch when they miss the streams.
Mm-hmm.
So that's probably how I'm gonna do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, that sounds like a good plan. But yeah, I think a lot of viewers don't really understand how much time we put in, especially if you do YouTube, how long the editing actually takes.
Yeah.
So, us being also putting content on YouTube, we know the amount of time it takes to edit and upload and all that. So, I hope the viewers understand that where we're coming from. We got other things going on in our lives, but it's still good and really encouraging to see yourself, still pushing out content. But I do want to ask you, what is the cost right now? Is it sleep? Is it your studies?
Yeah. All right. Studies wise, I'm probably I can't really like put the cost fully on studies because I
Okay.
myself sometimes just wanna it's normal. You just wanna lace, right? You just wanna
Mhm.
lace,
Mhm.
but the cost is really like sleep. Yeah,
Okay.
it's literally sleep and probably like mental strength, I guess,
Hmm.
because it takes a lot. Like people might see it as like, oh, you're just streaming, but I think it actually really takes a toll on you when you're gonna play a game and try
Yeah.
to entertain the viewers at the same time because your your usual viewers will know how it works, but when someone new comes in and you don't catch their attention for like that 10 second,
Mhm.
that's that's goodbye. So you gotta be like very interactive as the whole stream goes.
Mhm.
So I think that's the cost of it for
Okay.
now at least.
Gotcha. Uh huh. Well, how many hours of sleep you getting a night?
I mean, like now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Usually, how many you usually get?
All right. Now because I'm on holiday, so I probably get enough sleep throughout the
Okay.
day. Like
Okay.
I can sleep in, or some
Okay.
days I'll probably not. But during when school started and I was still screaming at the start of 21.
Uh huh.
I'll probably get like 4 to 5 hours, maybe
Oh,
lesser
okay.
sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
because
dang.
one okay, if content drops at 1,
Uh
I'll
huh.
probably end off at 2.
Yeah.
I'll get ready to sleep at 2:30 and probably fall asleep at 3. And by the time I wake up, it's like 7:30 ish. So like 4 hours
Oh,
of
okay.
sleep.
Wow.
And then if it's 2 a.m., then you just push back like 1 hour.
Oh,
So
okay.
so
Wow.
yeah.
Wow, that's dedication right there. Dang. Do you ever take naps?
Nah, dude, you don't have time
Wow.
to you don't have time to nap in school, man. It just goes on, man. It just goes on.
Oh
I
my
mean
gosh.
it's pretty normal. Like even for someone who's working and doing like streaming at night. But I think working is probably like a lot better because it's a fixed it's a fixed thing. You work from this timing to this timing. I mean,
Sure.
I'm talking about like normal office work or normal
Sure.
like scheduled jobs.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Gotcha. Um, but yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. You're just working off 4 or 5 hours. I know a lot of people do that, but still, man, it's tough, man. Do you ever feel like pretty burnt out from doing school and streaming all the time?
Yeah, it does, man. And then the worst thing is I think all of us gets it. I'm pretty sure all of us gets it. Like when you don't see the channel grow because
Hmm.
that's probably like one of the things that you would want to go because you don't want to be like let's be real here, like you don't want to be like going like 10 years in and then you don't see like your channel moving forward. Like
Right.
I'm not like talking about money wise or like making
Mm-hmm.
money from it. It's just you want to see your community grow.
Yeah.
So like why when it doesn't really grow, you'll be like, am I doing this wrongly compared to people? Why am I not getting like people's attention and stuff? So that's probably one of the worrying things that's
Yeah.
happening. And people always say like, dude, just trust the process, just do what you do. But sometimes you don't have to be doing things blindly. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Like you could be
Yeah.
putting like hours and hours of things, but no one knows behind the screen.
Mm-hmm.
All they see is you here right now. They don't know what's going on. And I mean it's part and parcel of what we do, but you always want to see growth. That's
Right.
that's that's a very real thing out there.
Yeah, definitely as a content creator, as a streamer, the numbers, I mean, that's something you look at every day. It's hard to not see that every day. And when you go through a period where people aren't coming in or they're not following, or you even see the number drop a little bit, then you're like, "Oh man, this kind of sucks." And then your motivation level goes down and like you wonder if you want to keep doing this or not, you doubt yourself. So that's Yeah, that's the hard part, man. I definitely understand that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but you know what helps too is just like you said, you have your community, you have the viewers, and sometimes they tell you, "Hey, man, when you going live? When are you gonna when you get a stream? I got a pack for you, you know?" So even
Mm.
just that, that's like very encouraging, and that kind of motivates you to continue to keep doing this. And I'll say this for me personally, like even just doing this podcast here is like I look forward to doing this, and this is like another piece of content that I could put out there, you know, on YouTube or Spotify, Apple Podcasts. It's extra content that a way where I could continue to have more followers, where they might like this part of my content, just having conversations with people. So, yeah, I totally understand where you're coming from, but yeah,
Yeah, man.
uh-huh. But yeah, I mean, whenever you do feel a little burnt out or undermotivated, what usually helps you to kind of continue to keep doing this?
Mm, haven't really thought about it, man.
Okay,
I don't know,
you
man.
just I feel like you're just on the grind. You just continually move on to the next thing. You gotta schoolwork, you gotta study, and then you gotta stream at this time. You're just like an energizer bunny.
Actually, it's really the viewers, man.
Okay.
Like I said, like that one two people who actually
Yeah.
um ask you when you go live.
Mhm.
I feel like I owe it to them
Mhm.
because there's a lot of fantastic creators out there,
Yeah.
and the fact that these people come back and they actually ask, it means you actually did like probably like struck them in some way or another. So um many others might not see that yet. And I mean it takes time for you to get used to a streamer or like a creator that you like to watch. Because I'm pretty sure like for me at least, like when I watch those huge content creators, some of them I didn't like thought of like, wow, this guy is so entertaining, I love it.
Mhm.
Like let me just put into like actual like example, right? Like for example, Castro, alright? Because when I first saw him, I was like, what the heck? This guy looks weird. Because when I first saw him, he was like long hair, and that was when I was not even exposed to like the FIFA scene. I never knew who it was because the first guy I watched was Run the Full Market, and that's all I watched. And then I started getting exposed to more, and then I saw Castro, and I get like 10,000 over views, and I'm like, who's this guy? Why is so many people watching? Then when
Uh-huh.
I first went to the stream, I'm like, hey, this guy's weird. Then I mean, being normal, like a normal viewer,
Uh-huh.
right? But
Yeah.
then but nowadays, dude, he's the guy that I watch all the time. I watch all the VODs when I'm doing my own shit. I'm doing schoolwork. I turn on the VODs. I just hear the replays and everything. So like like I said, it takes time for some viewers to get used to you.
Mhm.
And I think like it's not wrong for a viewer to come in and go away because it's human. It's normal. Like we definitely do it when we go to like different streams.
Yeah.
So sometimes if you get that's why I say if you get lucky, the guy comes back and then at the point of time he likes you, then
Mhm.
yeah, there it goes. So
Mhm.
yeah, I'm pretty sure that motivation for now, you definitely I mean you gotta work towards a goal, right? Like growing a
Mhm.
committee. You definitely have to have a goal in mind. But for now I think probably yeah man, my viewers dude. Uh shout out to them man. It's crazy dude. The way they ask me every day, like it's just crazy man. Like you just can't you just sometimes when I say no because
Uh-huh.
I really can't, it's like I feel bad, but
Yeah.
I mean uh it's tough man, it's tough. But yeah, they
Yeah.
do get me going. I think at this point of time they are the ones that get me go. Oh, I don't know if like other like your side or like the UK side, the culture like they're friends.
Mhm.
Because okay, over here in Singapore, right?
Mhm.
Okay, again, I'm speaking on my own experience and my own base. I'm not speaking of anyone else.
Mhm.
When you do this out of nowhere, right? Like say like I suddenly start streaming and stuff, right?
Mhm.
People usually will just kind of like oh, so now you are a YouTuber, you streamer.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, and then probably only your close friend will be like, um, wow, you're doing this now. All right, let me support you and shit. And then there are those people that are your friends,
Mm-hmm.
like friends or maybe like acquaintance that follow you on your socials. They'll
Yeah.
be like, oh, so now, oh wow, Twitch streamer now, wow,
Mm-hmm.
YouTuber now, and I think it's because I'm not exposed to like the other cultures in the other country, but in here
Uh-huh.
it's a very common thing that they just like kind of laugh at you or disturb you.
I
Maybe in a
see.
good way, or
Uh-huh.
maybe in like literally like so now yeah Twitch streamer and that kind of thing. Yeah.
Oh,
So
okay.
it could be very demoralizing sometimes. Know what I mean?
Right. Right.
Like even nothing better to say like, bro, if you don't watch then yeah, I'm not forcing you to watch, but
Right.
you don't have to
Exactly.
like make this kind of this sort of comments. Like this is how we are here because I know because when I was young and my let's say my friend goes live or something like that, we used
Yeah.
to it's a normal thing for us here to just disturb it. Whether is it just for fun
Uh-huh.
or you really say it just to make the person feel like shit.
Mm-hmm.
So it is a thing here because when I started this off and when I go out with like the friends that not really like not say my close friends,
Mm-hmm.
I literally everywhere. Like I go to my friend's party and then the rest of them know me because my friend spreads my channel for me,
Mm-hmm.
like out of good deed, and then they all just yeah.
Okay.
So it gets kind of annoying, but
Right.
I mean I
Mm-hmm.
don't know if it happens at your end. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know. I would love to find out if it does.
Oh,
That's happened to you guys as well.
yeah, I mean, whenever, usually honestly, people around me, I don't try to share as much. I don't go out and tell people I'm a Twitch streamer or I'm a YouTuber. But if it comes to that conversation and I end up sharing it, like I don't mind sharing it. And usually people have been pretty cool. They're like, "Oh shoot, that's really interesting that you got started on that." And a lot of my closer friends, they've been pretty supportive in me doing this because they know how much I play FIFA, and they know that I'm into content creating. So for me to start this thing going, they think it's pretty cool, which is awesome. So I've gotten a lot of support from this. So luckily, I didn't have people that look down on me and criticize me and you know look at it as a way like where it's streaming is like looked down upon or something. But yeah, man. I mean, I really enjoy your content and your streaming, so I really do encourage you to continue to do it because I mean, if you do have the time, if you can manage it, I mean, especially from Singapore, man. I don't see many content creators from Singapore, so to see you do it is awesome, man.
Yeah, man. Thanks, man. I appreciate the good words, man. It does encourage me
Mhm.
a lot, man. It does. Like
Yeah.
like I said, man. Like there's a lot of. I mean, it's the world now, right? Like everyone's out there. They say whatever they want.
Mhm.
Uh, like like I said, like I won't like not all of them are like criticizing, but
Mhm.
sometimes it's just tough to hear, man. Like
Yeah.
it's really not easy to kind of like keep going sometimes. Like you
Yeah.
get lost with your goal in mind sometimes, and then you just hear all this. You're like, it just turns you off sometimes. So
Yeah.
and I know not all of them mean it, but I mean I basically grew up in this type of culture.
You're right.
So um sometimes I kind of forget like how to do it. So
Mhm.
it gets to me. So
Right.
that's why I just want to share it with you because
Yeah.
like you said it's sort of different from your end.
Yeah.
And it's not a bad thing here because you can put it in a way that it motivates you to actually like push on even more. And then
Exactly.
one day like they might just wow actually
Exactly.
did it. Because there
Exactly.
are a lot of people here who actually go through this and they are now like there.
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah.
so
Exactly.
yeah, it is one of the ways to get me moving.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess it's a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
Now I kind of put it behind me already, like,
Yeah.
but I think it's good to like share it with the podcast. I guess.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I'm glad you shared that. I mean, even with whatever obstacles you have along the way, I think it's important to just kind of stay with it. If you really do enjoy what you're doing, it's like just stick with it, man. Regardless of whether you have a bad day or someone told you something you didn't want to hear, or maybe the viewers aren't coming in as much. But if you really enjoy it, hey, man, I encourage you to keep doing it. And that's my one of the motivating factors for me is because stuff like the podcast, I really do enjoy it, and I really do look forward to just talking with people. It's like one of the things I really like doing, and going on stream, turning on live, and playing FIFA. Like I enjoy those things. That's why I'm willing to put aside of my time in my life to dedicate into content creating, to dedicate into playing FIFA because I started a year ago too, and it's brought me to this point where I've built up a little, or I have this little community where I could talk with other streamers, where I could talk with other good FIFA players, and I don't regret it, man. It's like probably one of the best decisions I've made.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, it's not gonna be easy, right? It's not gonna be easy,
Right.
but
Right.
it's all part of the journey. Like
Right.
you enjoy the build up, man. That's what
Exactly.
I think. So
Exactly.
whether we make it like huge or not in the future, I think most importantly is you enjoy the journey
Mm.
as we grow,
Yeah.
and then now is like the date time of the game. So uh to get like even that few views is like crazy, dude, because at this
Right.
point no one actually gives a shit about the game.
Right.
So
Right.
they're probably like there because, yeah, like some people can be there just to because they like the way you converse with them and stuff, and not even for the game.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's the beauty of doing this, man.
Right, right. And a that's a great point you bring up. It's not so much about the destination, it's all about the journey getting there, and you got to enjoy the journey while you're enjoying the process of it. And yeah, I think yeah, we get so caught up with the destination, or we get caught up with we want to get big. But even for me too, I have this mindset. Even if whether I get big or not, that's not. It shouldn't be the most important thing. But it's about just enjoying the whole process of just doing all this, because I do enjoy it. After a year of doing this, I want to keep doing it because I enjoy it so much, and hopefully we could get to a place where I can make a living off this, or make a decent money doing this. That is the goal. But
Yeah, definitely, man.
yeah, but it's just like at along the way, I just want to keep enjoying the whole process, enjoying the each and every stream, enjoying each and every podcast, every conversation I have. Just be in the moment and just enjoy it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
agree, man. I totally agree, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I think you have the right mindset, man. I think you have the right mindset going in. I know you're like really grinding too, because it seems like you're pretty busy and putting in the work. So respect to that, man. Respect to that.
Yeah, thanks,
Um,
man. I appreciate the kind words, man.
yeah, yeah, no problem. But let me ask you this then. Then what are your next goals with the streaming and content creating?
mm, I actually had a set of goals last year
Mm-hmm.
because my growth was pretty shocking for me, at least at the start. So initially it was probably like to get to 1,000 followers on Twitch when I was constantly streaming, and the growth was pretty good. Like I would
Mm-hmm.
say it's pretty good. Like had like quite a few followers like every day, might have like 10 and stuff. Um, so it was actually like 1,000 followers, although it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't mean much,
Mm-hmm.
and then maybe like double-digit views, like so that I can interact with more people. Like I love it when the chat moves. Like Like
Yeah.
it's crazy. Like more people talking, like they having their own conversation, me having to talk to all of them. I
Mm.
love it. And then for YouTube, probably get to that monetize goal, which is nice. Or even maybe that's like the fight the goal where when I first started it, right? You always want to get that, definitely, right? You want to get 1,000 such subs and that hours in. But for me, at least was at least probably like I always get very like I'm happy when I get like over 100 views for YouTube because I know that
Mm.
people like it, or maybe
Mm.
like double digit views because I used to not even get like 10, I guess.
Mm.
So when I see hit over 50 or like 100, I was like, wow. So that was like kind of like my daily short term goal, but
Mm.
out but the long term goal was definitely yeah probably like make some side living of it while studying like some pocket money because of doing videos. So
Mm.
that I mean like I know that I'm doing this and I can do my study, I can feed myself.
Yeah.
And then for Twitch at least Twitch I wasn't really like because subs they will just sub to you like donations will come if they want to do it. So you can't really like handle it. It's just that
Yeah.
I want to know more people, I want to interact with more people. So that was like my goal of having like more people in the chat every time I
Yeah.
stream. And then
Uh-huh.
I think because I kinda sidetracked a bit, so it kind of fall off. Like I can tell like these few months when I first came back, like I used to get like at least like probably like one, two, three follow. At least there's a new follower every day. But now
Mm.
these few days, these few weeks or months that I've been back, sometimes in the day I don't get one. So
Mm.
I do see the dip, but I mean it's part of it, man. Because
Yeah.
you disappeared for like a long time. So
Mm.
now that you're back, just keep it going. Like and just treat it as like I'm here in day one,
Mm.
and then I'm just gonna continue working to that to that goal that I set, man. Because I
Yeah.
mean, like I said, the people nowadays on FIFA they just want packs, right? Let's be real, they
Mm.
want packs. Even for
Mm.
me, when I watch people's packs, like gameplay is like sometimes yeah I do like gameplay, but not a lot of people enjoy it. They just want packs. So the easiest way to packs, but you don't have to spend money, right? So
Mm.
you can't like churn out that 200 player picks
Mm.
every stream. It's just like you grind off stream and then you come on like oh chat excited I got this
Yeah.
this this for you.
Yeah.
So I mean that's the best you can do and whatever that brings me, I'll just see how it goes. Whether I come out with something more interesting or whether something new comes out next year that is gonna interest people more, then I mean I'll leave it to the future me to decide, man. But for
Yeah.
now, I think the goal is still the same, man. Um, that increase that more interaction with the chat, know more people, and
Mm.
for YouTube it's just yeah, just the growth, man. Like people
Mm.
seeing the content, like I mean sometimes because it's a lot, literally a lot of people doing this now compared to like in the past. So
Mm.
probably everyone's gonna do the same thing, but there's always a different feel to when different people do it or the
Yeah.
same content.
Yeah.
Because I do watch the same con like you can drop a content today, but I watch the same content from two different content creators
Right.
because the G's is always different sometimes.
Mm.
So hopefully whatever I churn out might hit some people in some other way.
Mm.
Because sometimes when I watch these huge content creators, right, they don't kind of mention the things that sometimes I want to find out.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
on my part, maybe that's something that's a question mark for some other people as well.
Yeah.
So I try to make the effort to for my content as well to say it out, you know.
Mm. Mm.
So yeah, that's probably like my goal, man. I keep it the same because I haven't achieved it yet. So there's no point. I don't see a point in changing it
Mm.
until I get there, man.
Gotcha. Gotcha. That's awesome. I hope you do grow and you do get to your goals in regards to that. Let me ask you this. What are you studying for?
Oh, I'm currently studying systems engineering.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. So it's
Okay.
basically I make study all the engineering. It's basically like yeah everything in
Wow.
one.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
How
why it's
much?
kind of crazy.
Gotcha. How much schooling do you have left?
I just started like a year. I'm just almost finishing year one.
Uh huh.
So I'm gonna start year two in September,
Uh huh.
and then I'm gonna have 2 more years. So a total of 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. The issue here because I'm currently 23, right? So the reason why most men enter university later is because we have to serve national service for 2 years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we after like let's say our I think you guys call it college. I think
Mm-hmm.
for your side. So we
Yeah.
have with our college and we have this. I don't even know about polytechnics.
Uh huh.
Yeah, it's sort of like a college, but instead of 2 years,
Uh huh.
it's so in Singapore I call it junior college and polytechnic. So junior college is 2 years and then polytechnic is 3 years. So
Okay.
after like secondary school, we'll go there,
Uh huh.
and then after you complete that level of education, all all guys for us, we gotta go like um into national service. So it's like 2 years. So two
Ah.
years you just
Okay.
gotta because it's mandatory in Singapore.
Mm-hmm.
So you gotta serve 2 years and then you can go and further your studies if you can get into a university or
Mm-hmm.
not. So you probably like for us compared to like the females, it's like push back 2 years.
Gotcha.
So like probably when we finish uni, right? When we finish national service, right?
Mm-hmm.
The our female friends are probably like in the workforce already.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's kind of like the disadvantage in here for guys, and that's why probably most guys go into university a bit later
I see.
compared to like yeah
I see. Have you done your service? Your 2 years?
yeah man, all done man.
Oh, okay. Nice. Okay. So then, what exactly is systems engineering?
It's basically the combination of a lot all the engineering is like okay, let's say you have like your mechanical side,
Yeah.
your electrical side,
Uh huh.
your computer science, the programming side, and probably the systems like the thinking. So it's all into one. So you
Ah, okay.
basically learn everything, and let's say like so for instance like a PlayStation, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you literally do everything from scratch. The
Oh,
programming,
wow.
the layout and everything. Yeah, everything.
So you're involved in the whole process
Yeah,
of
you probably
creating
like
the.
yeah. So like for job wise, right?
Uh huh.
It's a very good opportunity because you can branch out to any one of the engineering because you know everything. Yeah, like kind of like a what's that phrase called? Shit, I can't remember. Yeah, but you're basically like you know every single trade. So
Right.
you
So.
can, if you like one, you can just
Mm-hmm.
go for that one. Yeah.
Right. So you could go any of those three areas, whether it's the software part or the mechanical part. You could, since you studied all of it, you could just
Yeah.
pick one, whichever one you fits
Yeah,
you.
or you can just go for if there's a company that actually like has everything in
Uh
one,
huh.
then yeah, you can go for it.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why it kind of takes like a lot. That it takes 4 years, and it kind of
Mm-hmm.
takes a lot of modules in school. That's why I kind of spend a lot of hours in school.
Wow, that's crazy, man. Um, so do you want to be an engineer once you're done with school? And is there a
Uh,
particular engineering you want to get into?
well, not really.
Okay.
I mean, for me, I kind of had I'm gonna lead the basic Singaporean life, like finish education, go and work in the society and that kind of stuff. I never really had like a thought of whatever until I started this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So like we probably mentioned it just now, but if this works out, it's cool.
Mm-hmm.
But if it doesn't, then yeah, probably you know we just have a proper job and
Mm.
maybe continue streaming and stuff. But I mean, you never know. One day it might just yeah. So for
Mhm.
now, I guess we just have. I mean, I don't really think much in the future
Mhm.
yet. I'm just gonna enjoy each and every part of my journey now.
Mhm.
I'll let the future me worry about whatever
Right.
happens in the future.
Right.
They just enjoy the moment like right
Mhm.
now.
Right.
Yeah.
Definitely. Definitely. Yo, we need some more people from Singapore playing FIFA, and then they'll tune
Actually that
into you.
there is quite a number of people because
Uh-huh.
because we're not like I said the platforms we are on don't really push you unless you really have that
Mhm.
base, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So people sometimes don't know. Like there are people who actually comes into my stream, like a few of my viewers, they were like, "Yo, bro, you're from Singapore?" And they're like, "Yeah." What? Twitch didn't recommend me to you. Then like, well, that's probably how their algorithm works because I don't
Yeah.
have like thousands of views. Definitely, I won't be on top.
Uh-huh.
So it's gonna hard it's gonna be hard for you to search for me. And because I know this because I know there are quite a number of Singaporean viewers
Uh-huh.
because when I enter those big streams, like when I on my free time,
Yeah.
I do see like people saying, "Oh, hey yo, I'm from Singapore," and all that kind of thing. So
Right.
I do know that there are people who watch,
Mhm.
and all my friends who play like a few friends of mine who play FIFA, they also watch
Mhm.
those usual content creators. So yeah, it's just that like I said, we are not out there. We're not in that good spot where people actually see you,
Mhm.
and it takes time to get there. Like because the platforms we're on don't push. The algorithm doesn't push like you out there to show you unless like you throw money to advertise yourself and stuff. But let's not go there. Not even like pocketing for it. This doesn't make sense for you to output. You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. Well, let me also ask you this. I'm kind of curious about your country, Singapore. Now, is it it's its own country, right?
Yeah, it is, man.
Yeah. And how many people live in Singapore?
Um, I think it's about 5 million.
Okay.
The last I knew, I
Uh-huh.
don't know if this is up to date,
Uh-huh.
but the last I heard from people, I don't really keep up with this, but 5 million.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. And like, I mean, I hear a couple things about Singapore and how it's really nice place to visit, and it's definitely a destination I would like to visit one day if I ever get the chance to. And I also heard about like their airport is like the best airport in the world because there's so many things you could do just inside the airport.
Um. Well, if you're from here, you will never ever say your country is like the airport is nice because to me it's like I'm just there to like fly, and to
Right.
me if I go there, if I don't the airport's like far for me, right?
Okay.
For me, the airport's like far. So if I have to go there, right, it's like I can find shops here in like my nearby shopping mall here. So to
Uh-huh.
me, and it's the same like for like USA. Say I would like to go to like one of the attractions in US. I'm like, wow, this place is amazing. Then to people there it's like, nah, it's just like that, right? I
Right.
mean,
Right.
it's a thing, right?
Mhm.
But yeah, I know a lot of people like Singapore, and Singapore's a really nice place. Like I won't deny that.
Mhm.
But um, I mean, growing up here, you probably won't feel that. Like all the tourist
Right.
attraction, you probably won't be like, yeah, you probably won't feel like it's amazing because like, dude, I probably visit like the attractions here in Singapore lesser times than the tourist that comes.
Right.
Like I barely go there because I don't know, man. And I think as a citizen of your country, you always want to go somewhere else and
Right.
enjoy the thing there. But yeah,
Exactly.
it is a nice place. It's the I think people like the heat here.
Uh-huh.
Although for us, nah, man, we hate it, dude. We because it's like summer all year long.
Uh-huh.
We don't have 4 seasons, so average temperature is like 30, 33 to 38 every day, and it's very
Okay.
humid here, so you kind of
Gotcha.
sweat easily.
Gotcha.
And but yeah, but it's a nice place. It's a yeah. I mean, it's kind of fortunate that growing up here, I would say.
Uh huh.
So I kind of get why people like coming here,
Uh
but
huh.
for me, nah, man. I like to go to cold countries.
Uh
I
huh.
love to go to cold countries.
Uh huh.
So when I have a chance to like just get out of the country,
Uh huh.
I look forward to it. But yeah, I mean, we will come here anytime, man. We will come here anytime, dude. Like
Yes.
there's a lot of fun things to do here. It definitely doesn't interest me because,
Okay.
like I said, you grew up here. But I mean, if any of like the content creators like I know like they come like yeah, dude. I mean, I'll be happy to like show you guys around it. Although I don't really
Yeah.
travel, but I kind of know my way here,
Yeah.
and because it's not a huge country. It's a super small. It's a
Yeah.
super small country. Like we don't have like states.
Mhm.
Like people ask, so what state you live in? Singapore. What country are you from? Singapore.
Mhm.
Yeah. So there's like, it's just one. Everything is just like that. Like you
Mhm.
usually get across the country in like 1.5 hours, like one end to
Mhm.
another end.
Mhm.
That's like how small it is. You don't have to like travel. We don't have to like take planes here and there. So, I mean, there's good and bad of living in a small country.
Yeah. What are some of the fun things to do in Singapore?
Damn.
What do people usually do there for
What do people
fun?
usually do?
Yeah.
Well, I guess they go. I don't think a lot of Singaporeans are beach people. But okay, there's the I don't know if you heard of Sentosa Island. A lot of
Okay.
youngsters like to go there.
Mhm.
It's just like they like to chill by the beach. Although
Okay.
Singapore's beach are not as nice as yeah, never not as nice as US
Oh,
or
okay.
wherever's beach.
I
Definitely
see.
not.
I see.
Um, I mean for me at least.
Uh huh.
Uh, but I know a lot of people like to chill there because there's
Yeah.
quite a lot of things to do. Um, there's USS here as well,
Uh huh.
Universal Studios.
Uh huh.
But I mean for normal Singaporean dude like us, we usually just maybe when I was younger, I would just hang out. Yeah, it was like probably like we would just hang out outside, like maybe like the playground, and then
Okay.
you just chill, like play some catching. I mean, that's me while growing up, but nowadays I'm not very sure how they do things. They kind of just I don't know, man. I don't really have very young friends.
Okay.
Yeah, so but I mean, growing up, I just hang out, man. We just hang out, we just chill.
Okay.
Um, maybe nowadays for me at least, what we do. I know a lot of people my age or few years like my age like plus five minus five we are
Mhm.
very I don't even know we're very into mahjong. you know
No.
you know
No.
what's mahjong? Oh, it's
No.
like oh yeah, it's just a game. It's a Chinese game.
Uh
I don't
huh.
know if it's a Chinese game or not, but
Okay.
the Chinese game is like tiles, like card. It's like instead of cards it's tiles.
Okay.
so it's so it's very like an in thing
Uh huh.
now in like these few years of uh these teenagers nowadays. Like it's a
Yeah.
thing like you on Instagram I'll be like, oh, anyone want to play like mahjong?
Uh huh.
It happening, dude. Even my friends ask me to play like almost every week. Like
Yeah.
aside from the restrictions now due to COVID, so
Uh huh.
not possible now, but we used to do it a lot. So
Uh
most
huh.
of because like it's very chill, like you get to play with friends, you get to talk to friends, you can catch up and everything.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah, because Singaporeans don't really go and visit like the attraction sites. It's just not
Right.
it's just not for us. And
Right.
it's expensive
Uh huh.
in that sense. Like
Gotcha.
things here are like just getting more expensive as
Mm.
time passes.
Mhm.
So you can do something for free and just shoot. I mean, it's about the quality time you spend with your friends. So
Right.
yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. Last thing I want to ask you before we wrap it up. It's been an hour on the podcast already, and time just flew. But do you watch the E World Cup? Are you up to date with
Uh,
that?
nah, man. I
Oh,
don't
you
really
don't?
watch. Yeah.
Cause it's the top 32 FIFA players playing in this E World Cup. I think it's gonna start this weekend. I was gonna ask you if there's anybody if you're up to date with that, or if there's anybody else you like watching in terms of gameplay.
Nah, man. I don't really watch this. I don't know, man.
Uh huh.
I'm just not really. I don't know. I feel like I don't have very much interaction with the when they stream this. World Cup stuff. Like
Mm-hmm.
I feel like although like you can learn like how they play and stuff, but I'm just not really into it. I like to watch like people interact.
Mm-hmm.
So the gameplay thing is probably like I'll probably watch like a content creator, like maybe a pro player that actually interacts with the content on YouTube and stuff. I think that's kind of more like fun.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Um, Actually, you play Weekend League, right?
Yeah.
What do you usually get in Weekend League? I'm so curious.
Go on.
Oh, that's pretty
I'm,
good. Gold
I'm
one.
an elite. I'm an elite botter.
Oh,
I
really? You
can't get
get pretty
elite.
close. You get like 21, 22 wins.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, you're pretty good though. What's your division and skill rating?
Currently in Division One, I think I'm 2-0. I'm always at 2-1 to 2,000. Like I just go
I
up and
gotcha.
drop, go up and drop. Yeah, I'm always in that range. I mean, because it's my first. This sort of my second year playing a full FIFA.
Uh-huh.
Like last year I was in like I think last year I was in D5 or three.
Oh, wow,
Yeah,
that's a huge jump. That's
and
pretty
then
impressive.
this year when I made it to Div 1, I started off at like three, and I was at the start I was like there, and then I made it to Div 1, and then I'm like, okay, I'm probably gonna drop back. I told my friend I'm gonna drop back like within the next week, but I somehow just yeah, I
Wow.
how managed to got a hang of the gameplay. Like I said, like when I want to improve, like I'm gonna watch like where like the pro players like very like
Yeah.
Boras,
Boris,
this kind
yes.
of
Boris
yeah
Legend.
Boras like he's crazy dude. So
Mm-hmm.
he actually like tells you and stuff. So
Right.
instead of watching like the World Cup,
Right.
like I know sometimes it's like fun. Like different people
Yeah.
have like different enjoyment, right? But for me,
Yeah.
I don't. So I rather watch like Boras. So
Mm-hmm.
then like they do drop some tips here and there. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's probably like how I kind of got better in the game. But
Wow.
this year's gameplay is like no skill gap. Like we
Mm-hmm.
all know, it's
Mm-hmm.
just yeah, it's just weird. So um yeah, but I'm still pretty satisfied that I'm shocked myself like I got to stay in like Div 1. Although it's like
Mm-hmm.
nothing fantastic, like because I mean anyone out there can be a good player this year because of like the shitty mechanics. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's
Yeah.
still Div 1 is still pretty impressive. Your skill rating, uh almost Elite 3 player. Do you think you could hit that before you finish 21?
Um I don't know, man. I've been trying, dude. Like you know, it's crazy, dude. Like I can start off with like 14-0,
Uh-huh.
and then I just go downhill
Oh,
because
I
I
see.
think I don't keep my focus, and there's always like only a few players that because you know when you play good player, right?
Right.
You definitely know when you play someone that is better than you
Yeah.
and knows how. There's people who know how to abuse the mechanics the right way,
Mm-hmm.
and people who just abuse the mechanics for
Mm-hmm.
abusing it.
Yeah.
So and then you just get impatient when you go against those couple of abuse,
Yeah.
and then I just lose my cool, and then I just lose. So there's
Yeah.
always like probably like I would say 4 or 5 players that are really that good every week,
Mm-hmm.
and rest of the games I lose are probably just like unlucky bounce,
Right.
broken mechanics,
Yeah.
and stuff. Like I
Yeah.
don't really try to use it, like 'cause it's boring. Like I like to pass. I like to
Mm-hmm.
play with the ball and stuff. But
Yeah.
yeah, this year's gameplay don't really help that. Like I'm no pro. Like I'm no like top tier player to say that. But
Mm-hmm.
for me at least how I feel about it is that it's really hard, man. Anyone can win. Like you can beat this guy 1 week, you can whack
Mm-hmm.
him, and then next week he beats you back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Gotcha.
yeah,
Gotcha. Well, you are a pretty good player, man. That's pretty good. Gold one, almost Elite 3 player. Uh, you're worthy of having input in the game. Um, but well, it's been an hour. Let's wrap it up here. Where can people find you again for like streaming and stuff?
right. My socials are all the same. They're all Zerruten.
Uh huh.
I'm pretty sure uh Koballa will drop. I think you drop a link, right? You will,
Yes,
right?
I will do that. Uh huh.
Yeah. So if you guys don't know how to spell, it probably be there.
Yeah.
You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, and YouTube. So if you guys want like, oh, I have Discord as well. So but if yeah, it's all. If you guys want all the social links, it's on YouTube. Like just search my channel up, and then um, you can find me on Twitch as well. That's the best point to interact with me.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, man, that's where you can find me, dude. Oh, Twitter
Yes.
is Twitter as well, dude. I'm active on most of them.
Yes. Okay. Yes. We so please check out Zerruten. Thank you for the podcast, man. Thank you for coming through.
Hey, thanks, man. Thanks for having me on. I
Yeah, yeah.
appreciate it. Had a good time, man.
Yeah, no problem. No problem.